The enigmatic beauty, understanding the sea of glass in heaven from Revelation. In the special story of Revelation, there's a mysterious part about a sea of glass that takes us to a place where regular words can't fully describe heavenly things. John, the person who had these amazing visions, talks about this glassy sea 2 times in his story about the end of the world. But even though he tries to explain, it's hard for us to understand exactly what he saw because it was so extraordinary. John does not elaborate much about what this sea of glass actually is. Is it water that looks like glass? Is it smooth or rough like broken glass? Does it move like the waves of the sea, or is it stationary? As we know it, the sea is a dynamic, moving force, but glass gives the impression of stillness. How can a sea be made of glass? What is John talking about? In Revelation 4 verse 6 says, "Before the throne there was as it were a sea of glass, like crystal." A vision unfolds before the throne, revealing a remarkable sight, a sea of glass, like crystal, sparkling with a celestial glow. This imagery resurfaces in Revelation 15 verse 2 saying, "I saw what appeared to be a sea of glass mingled with fire." John sees a similar spectacle, this time described as a sea of glass mingled with fire. Subscribe, like and share to bless others. The precision in John's choice of words becomes crucial. Rather than definitively stating that there was a literal sea made of glass, he opts for subtle phrases like, "as it were," and "what appeared to be." These careful distinctions emphasize that what John experienced went beyond a straightforward, physical reality. By employing such nuanced language, John is conveying that his encounter surpassed the normal bounds of human perception. It's as if he's saying, "I want to describe something extraordinary, but the usual words don't quite capture it." The sea of glass, whether sparkling like crystal or intertwined with fire, becomes a symbolic expression of a heavenly scene that transcends the limits of our everyday understanding. Trying to understand this amazing sight in the sky, John struggles to use words that seem to contradict each other. He talks about a sea of glass, which is a bit confusing because a sea is usually moving and powerful, while glass is calm and still. It's like trying to describe something that doesn't fit our normal way of talking. Picture a sea with waves crashing, full of energy. Now, imagine glass, clear and smooth, not moving at all. John tries to explain this mix of the sea and glass, and it turns out to be a bit of a puzzle. The words he uses, like sea of glass, sound like opposites. It's like saying something is both hot and cold at the same time. It doesn't make perfect sense in our everyday way of talking. So, when John uses words that seem to go against each other, it's his way of saying, "Hey, what I saw was so extraordinary that regular words don't quite capture it." The mix of a lively sea and calm glass is a way of expressing the awe and wonder he felt when confronted with something divine and beyond normal understanding. It's like saying, "Language can't quite capture the full picture of this heavenly thing I saw." The inclusion of terms like crystal and mingled with fire amplifies the challenge of interpretation. John, grappling with the limitations of human language, seeks to convey the brilliance, expanse, and purity of the indescribable reality before him. Perhaps the sea embodied the majestic motion of the earthly sea while simultaneously possessing the transparency and purity inherent in glass. As we read the prophetic visions of figures like Daniel, Ezekiel, and John, a common thread emerges: metaphorical language is the bridge that spans the gap between the finite and the infinite. When describing glimpses of the spiritual world, these prophets resorted to imagery and comparisons that strained the boundaries of human comprehension. Daniel's vision of 4 beasts, Ezekiel's wheels adorned with eyes, and John's sea of crystalline glass all pushed the limits of linguistic expression. In acknowledging the inadequacy of human language, there's a humility in the way the prophets convey their experiences. Finite minds grapple with the depiction of infinite realities. Yet, the confidence lies in the understanding that these accounts were penned under the inspiration of the Holy Spirit. The prophets and apostles used the best possible means, however imperfect, to communicate the celestial mysteries they beheld. The metaphorical richness in their descriptions invites us to faithfully engage in the ongoing pursuit of decoding these heavenly enigmas. It is an acknowledgement that, for now, our understanding remains incomplete. We see through a glass darkly. The mysteries of the sea of glass and other celestial wonders will persist until the day we behold them with glorified eyes and minds, free from the limitations that currently veil our comprehension. In the kaleidoscope of revelation, the sea of glass emerges as a captivating symbol, a bridge between the earthly and the celestial. Its crystal clarity mirrors the purity of divine realms, its stillness amid fire hints at profound mysteries. As we ponder this celestial spectacle, let us embrace the enigma, recognizing that within its depths lies an invitation to explore the extraordinary and to marvel at the sublime wonders awaiting us beyond the veil. God bless you.